So hello everyone, today in this video we're gonna see how once we've created a Flutter application, we can launch it on Playstore. So what we are going to do is follow the official Flutter guide for building and releasing the Android app on the Play Store. So the first step we need to do is add an launcher icon. So for this, Flutter recommends a Flutter launcher icons package. So we're gonna use that. There is another manual way that using which we can do this, and I'll link that video in the description. It's basically a short that I created. So right now we're going to open this package on the pubdev. So after we open this package, we're going to copy it and then go inside our application pubspec.yaml file and paste it inside there. Then we're going to do pubget. So another thing that we need to have is the icon that we want to set on our application. So in my case, I have that icon inside the assets folder, and inside that I have the icon subfolder. So I have that icon inside there. So now let's see how to use this package. So in the guide, I've seen that we have to implement Flutter launcher icons inside the dev dependencies. So I have made a mistake and I'm now going to correct it. Inside the pubspec YAML file, now I have to add this dependency under the dev dependencies. So I'll do that right now. Also, as the guide suggests, we also need to add this below file, like Flutter launcher icons. We need to give it all the metadata it needs. We are not going to generate the icons for web, Windows and macOS, as we are not going to publish on them. So I'll just copy this and then paste it inside my pubspec YAML file. Be sure to check this, that the spaces are correct. Okay, so once that is done, click on pubget. And nice, you should not see any error over here. And now correct the app icon path that reflects to the icon that you have. Once that is done, again press pubget. And so after this has been done, now let's come back to the guide, and now we see that we have to run the package. So we'll just copy this command flutter pub run Flutter launcher icons, and I will copy and paste this command inside the terminal. Okay, this is going to take a while to run, so be patient. Okay, so this is done. It has created the icons for us. So now what we can do is stop the application and hard restart the application. And now once we see the application, we're going to see that the icon is implemented on the application. So now I have built the application again, and as you can see on the screen, the icon of the application has indeed changed to the one that we provided. So that's good news. So the first step has been successfully done. Now next up, we're going to change the name of the application and giving it a unique ID. So to change the name of the application, we're going to navigate inside the app folder, and inside there we're going to navigate the source folder, and then main, and then Android manifest.xml. Over here you see that Android label and is equal to sky blue. And this means basically this is the name of the application that will be shown to the user on the home screen. So this is where you can change the name of the application. Second of all, you can navigate to main.dat, and inside the material app, you can specify a title. This is the name that is shown to the user that when they swipe up. So when they swipe up, there's a small name of the application that is shown, and this is where you can define that. Next up, to change the application ID, we're going to navigate to the build.gradle file inside the app folder. And over here in the default config, you can see that application ID is written. And now we can specify this application ID to anything that we want. And once that is done, we have successfully changed the application ID of the app as well as the name. So now we'll move on to the next step, that is signing the application. Let's get back to the official guide onto the signing the app section. You can basically skim through the text that is written. This is what is of main concern to us. Create and upload key store. So what we are going to do is, depending on the system that you have, now I have a Mac, so I'm going to copy this command and run it on my terminal. So I'll not run it on my terminal. I'll basically run it on the Android Studio. It doesn't make any difference though. So I'm going to run that over there, and now you have to enter a password. Okay, you have to enter a password. This can be anything. So I'll enter a password. So we have to reconfirm the password again. Okay, so I'm making an error. So the password that I'm entering is too short. Basically the password must be of at least 6 characters. So I'll enter the new password, and now it is asking for your first and last name. You can simply press enter again, and in the end it is going to confirm that are these your selections. Simply write yes. Okay, so now it has created a keystore.jks file for us at this location. So what we're going to do is go to that location and copy that file. So next up what we need to do is go to the location where the file is created, and then we'll drag that file inside the application folder. So inside the video I've created this mistake that I've placed this file inside the Android folder. So you can rectify that. Once we have created that, once we have copied the file inside the correct location, let's go back to the guide. Now we see that we need to copy and create a new file at this location. Basically inside the Android folder, we need to create this new file key.properties and copy the contents of this and copy these contents inside there. So now we'll come back to Android Studio. Inside the Android folder, we're going to create a new file key.properties, and inside the file we're going to copy this, and here we're going to replace the password from the previous step. Now these are the correct contents of the key.properties file. So now what we'll do is get back to the guide, and now we have to configure the signing in the Gradle files. So what we're going to do is inside this android/app/build.gradle file, we have to copy this code. So this is what we're going to do is we're going to copy this code from here. Then we are going to go inside this Gradle file and paste it inside. So once this is done, we're going to move down to the second step. We're going to find this build type block inside there, and we have to copy and paste the below code, not this code, the code below it, the signing config and the build types. We have to copy this code and replace the above code with this. So this is what we are going to do now. We're going to replace this. Remember to don't mess up the spaces inside the Gradle file because they are important. So I'll just replace this build type code with the one that I've copied from there. And once this is done, we're going to stop the application, do a Flutter clean. And once the clean process is done, we have to then again do a pub-get, and then we can build the file using the Flutter build bundle command. So this command is going to take a while. Once the command is successfully executed, we're going to see this output. And remember this location, we're going to refer back to this when we upload the app bundle to the Play Store. Now let's move on to uploading the app to Play Store. So now what we have to do is go to a Google Play developer account. If you don't have an account, you can simply create an account. It's fairly easy process. You also have to pay $20 to create your account. So once that is done, you'll be logged into this Google Play console. Now you'll see this option, create your first app. Just click on it. I'll give the name of the application. In my case, the name of the application is Skyblue. You also have to choose whether the application is a game or a simple app. In my case, it's an app. So I'll choose app. You also have to choose whether you have to keep the app paid or free. I want to keep it free. You also you can read this warning that you cannot change once this is that you can also read this warning that you cannot change once the application is published. Now you have to accept these both and click on create app. Okay, so now what we have to do is we'll go over here into store presence and main store listing. We'll write the name of the application. You can see here in the short description I'll write. So after this is done, you have to upload an application icon. Now the dimensions of the application icons are 512 by 512. If you do not have an application icon of this exact size, what you can do is you can go to Canva. What you can do is go to Canva. Over here, create a new design, custom size. You can define 512 by 512. Click on create design. So now you can simply drag your design over here and export it. Okay. So once you have done that, you can come back to the Play Store and upload your design. Okay, once you've uploaded that, you also have to upload a feature graphic, which is again of the dimensions 124 by 500. You can similarly follow the same process in the Canva as well by defining a custom size. In my case, I've already done that, so I'll just simply open this image over here. This image has also been uploaded. You can easily capture the phone screenshot with the help of, like, you can simply run your application on any phone and capture the screenshots of your application, or you can run your application on an emulator and there's a capture screenshot button in the emulator and you can capture the screenshot from there. Okay, you can, after you capture the screenshot, you simply have to just like select the screenshots from over here. These are the screenshots that I've captured and I'll just import them over here. Then you also alternatively can add the screenshots for 7-inch tablet and 10-inch tablet. And I'll click on save. And our changes are successfully saved. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to upload our application as well. Let's go into the production track over here. I have to select create a new release. Okay, so in here you have to choose the signing key that is automatically signed by Google. Now you have to upload the app bundle. If you remember, in the previous step we created an application bundle. Now we have to simply upload that application bundle over here. So it's located inside Sky Blue, build, app, output, bundle, release, and this. So this is an internal name of the release, so you can basically call it anything. I'll write it as version 1.0. And over here you can write any release note. I'll write first release of the application. Once this app bundle is done uploading, you can simply click on save as draft. Okay, so the bundle is uploaded successfully. So now we'll just click on next. And there are a lot of errors. Okay, so these errors are basically we have to to solve these errors, what we have to do is go inside the application content and fill in this declarations. So what we have to do is fill in this 10 declarations. So first of all, we have to fill in the URL for our privacy policy. So what I'll do is I'll simply copy paste my privacy policy URL that is uploaded on my website. If you do not have a privacy policy, I'll link some great privacy policy generators in the description. You can follow them and you can host them on your GitHub. I'll show you the process a minute later. Just hang on. So after you have done that, click on save. I'll go back and ads. So now we have to tell Google Play that does our application support ads. So in my case, the answer is no. I'll click on save. So I'll go back, app access. We'll come back to this later. So content ratings. So here we have to fill in a questionnaire about what kind of application we have created. So first of all, let's write the email address. So the application we have created is in the other category. So no. You can carefully read this question and then fill in the answer. My application does not feature any digital goods, so I'll click on no. My application is not a web browser, it's not a news or educational product. Click on save and then next. So it has given the rating to the application as well, that is all ages can access our application. Let's click on save and that's it. Let's go back and now target audience and content. So first of all, we have to complete the app access. Okay. After that, we'll go into the app access section. Now we have to choose if the application functionality is restricted or not. So in my case, the application functionality is not at all restricted. So I'll click on this and then click save. And then let's go back, select target audience and content. Okay, so what is my target audience? My target audience is 16 to 17 and 18 and over because I am selling some products online. So This is the target audience of mine. Policy requirement, make sure you read this once and then click on next. Store presence. So does my listing appeal to children's? No, not at all. So let's click on next, and then it is showing the summary of whatever we have selected, and click on save, and let's go back. Now we have to tell the Google Play developer, is their application a news application? So in my case, it is not. Click on save and go back. COVID-19 contact tracing application. No, it is not. So I'll click on this and click on save, then go back. Data safety, we'll come back to this a little bit later. So in the advertising ID section of the application, we have to tell that does our application use or access the SDKs in relating to advertising ID. So in my case, the answer is no. Let's click on save and go back. So now let's come to the data safety section. In the data safety section, Google Play basically wants us to answer the question on what we do with the data of the users, and then it shows the user before they download the application that this is what data the application will request of you, and this is what the application can do with your data. Okay, so now let's click on next. Okay, does our application collect the required user data types? Yes, because I have a login system, so it does collect the data of the user. Is the data encrypted? Yes, it is encrypted. So in my case, the authentication is basically username and a password. So I click on that. So now we have to give a link to our website where the user can delete their data. So here are some instructions on what needs to be mentioned on that website. So link should refer to the developer name that is shown on the store listing. Prominently feature the steps that the user should request for the data to be deleted. Specify the data type that is kept or deleted. So what I've done is created this sample with the help of ChatGPT. Okay, so I'll just simply copy this, and I'll also paste this in the description in case you want that. So now what I will do is I'll open my GitHub, click on a new create a new repository. So this is what you can basically do with the privacy policy as well. You can host it on GitHub. So I'll write data safety. Make sure to keep this public, because if it's private, then the Google Play won't be able to access it. Let's click on create repository. So now we have to create a new file over here. Deletion steps dot, make sure to end it with MD. Okay, so now let me copy this over here. Make sure to write your Google Play developer name over here as well, and then these are the steps that the user can take to delete their data. Okay, so in my case, I want them to contact this email. So this is the email ID that I want the user to request the data deletion request, send the data deletion request to. Here we can replace it with the, here we have to write the name of the company, the website URL, so once this is done, you can simply go ahead and commit changes and click on commit changes. So now open this file, and this is the URL that we can give to Google Play. So we'll give this link over here. So does your application give the user an option for the data to be deleted without their account to be deleted? So in my case, the answer is no. So let's click on next. Okay, so now we have to tell Google that what kind of data do we collect. In personal, we collect the name of the user, email access, and a user ID, addresses as well, phone numbers, because we are selling we are selling a product to the user, so we also have the phone number and complete address. We do not have any other info. In financial information, we do not we have their purchase history and nothing else. In health and fitness section, we have nothing. In messaging, we have nothing. Photos, videos, no photos or videos. Audio files, none. No document, no calendar, no contact. We do not track any app activity of the users. No history. Not any other thing. So let's click on next. Now we have to again fill this questionnaire. It is just, we have to tell that whether we just collect this data or share it as well. So here just simply select yes, and then data users can choose whether they are required to fill in this data or not, because we have an option for the user to place an order without logging in. So that's all. It is just for account management. Let me just fast track this process, because the answers of every question are going to be the same. So once we have done all this, then let's, in the financial as well, we have collected the purchase history, which is basically the order that the user has created. So we'll also again choose all the same things. Users can turn off this data collection. So let's go to the dashboard and scroll all the way down. Over here we have the option to select the countries in which we want to launch our application, and I want to launch my application just in India. So I'll click on save. That's it. Let's again go to the dashboard, and now we have to confirm a release. So in a release, so we are going to the production track over here, and we have to click on edit release. So click on next, and now as you can see, there are no errors. We can click on save, and now we can okay, so now our application is ready to send for review. Let's go to the dashboard. Go to the publishing, go to this publishing overview, and now we can send this to review. Okay, we'll just send this for review, and done. So once this all reviews are approved, we will be able to publish your application. So thanks a lot for watching the video. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next one.